well.
I
actually
haven't looked at that back. You know, I find live television, and particularly doing vocals on something like Britain's Got really fun.
So that was Britain's Got Talent.
Yes.
And so that's live for that telly.
Yes.
What you're doing now, this is for everyone who came to see and loved Joseph, and it has such a special place in people's hearts in the theatre.
Oh, and both of your hearts as well.
Yeah, well, that's true, but this is a full reworking.
You had brown hair when we first met.
Yes, you had more.
I did. Hey, listen, and I did. This is a reimagined version of the show, and it's, you know, it is so uplifting. It's so happy, as you know. Lawrence O'Connor, Joanne Hunter, choreographer, Michael Harrison, producer. They've just come together with this sort of, you know, completely dynamic version of the show that's quite modern, a little bit more punchier than ours, and probably a less theatrical sort of... Well, it's still theatrical, but it's just a happy place.
And what was it like going back? Because when you first got the phone call, Andrew Lloyd Webber called you to say, you know, would you be interested? Was there part of you thinking, oh, gosh, is it right to go back and do that with such a huge part of your life?
I think there is an incredible sentimental moment to be had with, you know, a lot of these, you know, even like 80s festivals. People like to look... You never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory, you know, and there is a cultural sort of cycle, because all those kids that went to Joseph are now mums, and they want their kids to sort of see the show as well, or listen to the music or the pop music. So I could see the value of that. A 51-year-old saying, I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art, didn't quite ring with me, and the loincloth. But
did
now...
he ask you to do Joseph first of all?
He did initially.
Is he out of his mind?
But we sat around, we did sit around and we had a chat about it, and I sung, and, you know, voices are a little bit different these sort of days. So I think we came to the right conclusion.
The great thing about it, actually, looking at it now, with it being back in the Palladium, and that itself must have been pretty weird, is that I just suddenly thought you could do this for most of your life, because you can do the younger part of your life as Joseph. Yeah. You can do the middle part as Pharaoh, and then you get a nice, easy one at the end. You come on as Jacob.
Of course. But me turning into Aubrey Woods. Aubrey Woods.
Yeah.
God bless him. Passed away recently, actually.
Yeah.
Look, again, Joseph, you know, is such a large part of this country's culture, theatrical culture, and it is a wonderful story about dreamers, and it is very uplifting. I think it's the perfect, you know, sort of summer season at the Palladium, you know, and the reactions from the audience in press night this week has been... I'm a little bit nervous that the legacy of 91 is slowly sort of dissipating.
Well, your life has changed also. A very different stage of your life. I mean, what's lovely about this experience is this time you'll remember it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was pretty... Well, hold on a second, Phil. It was after Joseph things started to go wrong. But success, how do you measure success? And it sort of came at me in abundance.
Can you remember the colours?
You know, red and yellow and green and brown, scarlet and brack and ochre and peach, ruby, olive, violet and fawn, lilac, gold, chocolate, mauve, cream and crimson and silver and rose, azure and lemon, russet grey, purple and white, pink and orange, and boom!
He's done it!
Come on!
Well done!
I've been thinking about that for months, just to wind you up.
Do you know, I saw you the other day, and you said to me, when I'm coming on, I'm going to practice it, because I know he's going to ask me.
He's going to ask me. Just because the 90s were a bit of a blur for me. I've sort of come back, you know. I've come back.
You really have, because that's the first time you've ever remembered them.
Thanks. You are right, man. You are right. But we had some great times there.
So the new Joseph, tell us about Jack.
He must be so nervous doing it in front of you, I'd have thought.
He was initially. Even that recording, I'm very, very proud of it. My son, who is here today, came along and saw the show, and he came back and I said, what did you think? He said, it was fantastic. He said, and Jack was amazing. His version of Close Every Door, off the scale. And I start to get a little bit depressed about it, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, all good.
Is he going to come to the 80s Invasion tour?
He is my son. Well, I hope so. We're kicking off that in October and November.
He doesn't look that sure about it, personally.
Busy that day.
Yeah, exactly. He's not so sure about being on camera either. But no, 80s Invasion, fantastic. October, November. Then I go to Australia at Christmas to do Chicago, which is...
So you're home in Melbourne,
Yeah, we're going back to Melbourne at Christmas.
Oh, lovely.
Billy Flynn.
Lovely.
Billy Flynn.
It's a big tick off your list, isn't it?
It is, because my dad played that part.
Yeah.
So,
and your daughter's in Neighbours. Gemma is in the 15th of July.
Yes, she's been in Melbourne, but we miss her and she's coming back this weekend, so that's also very exciting. And look at these coats.
I know, I know.
Yeah. Now your coat has a little bit more tapestry on the collar. Correct.
Yeah.
Mine's got the gold. You see, that's the difference.
There was more gold on yours.
Correct. Correct.
Jax is just over there.
Yeah, Jax is over there.
The new one's beautiful.
Good luck. It's
Thank
obviously
you,
at the
guys.
Palladium,
Thank
Joseph, and it's brilliant. Thank you. Lovely to see you.